there you are. Now just make sure you keep me informed, eh?
Managed the stairs on your own again, I see. Your physio's going to be very impressed.
Never mind that, Saki. There are more important things to worry about at the moment than a dodgy ankle.
You changed your tune.
You get me Craig Briggs's field, you'll get more than a tune, you might even get a little dance.
Spare me, eh? You're still seeing this as a test of loyalty for your wayward son, are you?
I've told you, you can call it what you want. I just can't wait to see the faces on Jimmy and Matthew when they realise they ain't half as smart as they thought they were.
So you get your cake and eat it. The field for your access road and the haulage business as well.
All down to you, son.
And what exactly can I do to persuade an awkward so-and-so like Craig Briggs to sell half his land?
Oh, I'm sure you'll think of something. Is anybody serving here?
Come on, Dad. Shanice has had hers for ages.
Oh, let's have a look. How much? Maybe if you save your pocket money for the next 30 years, love. This makes a change.
Yeah, I'm just filling in. Donna!
Well, I think you'll find that's right.
What? Cheers.
Don't be tired, Dad. Anybody would think I was a kid.
I've told you, I'm considering it. Now, come on.
My association with you two gentlemen is causing dissension in my living quarters.
Betty, give over, man. She's only giving you a stick because that whatever it is in the garden stands no chance of winning. That's all taking an notice.
She's even suggesting that I should make my own meals.
Wait, hey, hang on. That's going a bit too far.
Never mind, lads. I'm perfectly capable of keeping standard of male superiority fluttering over this village for a good while yet.
No, I'm sorry, chaps.
Look, I'll call him at dinner hour.
And if you see an elegant figure in whites executing a flashing cover drive, for just this once, it won't be me. It'll be Soul of the great Sir Geoffrey Boycott, captured in a few old bits of wood and papier-mâché. And you can tell, Betty, they can deprive us of anything they like. We shall overcome.
I cannot believe that you've wasted all this time and effort for nothing.
We need a complete rethink.
Yeah, there is a suspicion that the judges are corrupt. One of them's a bishop.
He's still a man.
Yeah. So, back to the drawing board. We need to do some thinking outside the envelope.
Enemy on board, saying out.
Don't worry, ladies. I'm a neutral zone from now on. I have retired from all things scarecrow related.
Good. Now you can tell us what Leonard and Jarvis are up to.
No, I'm sworn to secrecy. Anyway, it looks as if you've given up already.
Oh, don't you start celebrating too soon, lad. This is merely a temporary setback.
This is an early prototype. Oh, and I gave up a morning's work for this.
See, once you start seeing $7.5 grand as an abstract concept, it makes it a damn sight easier to deal with.
I suspect that's how you got your abstract black art.
Eric's putting 12,000 into the account as from yesterday, but that won't clear for a bit. If I can get another order up and running, I can use the money from one to offset the other. Stump up my poll tax, then pay the money back before anybody notices. Et voila!
In theory.
It's only what Gordon Brown does. It's called virtual finance.
I'd rather have the cash.
Listen, shut your face and bow to my experience of a lifetime of dodging debts. It'll work, once I get an order.
And godfather to Nigel. You made it, then?
Well, you wouldn't begrudge your injured dad a few extra minutes, would you, Jimmy?
Well, I think we can all afford a few minutes, Tom. How's it going?
Oh, I've been better, Don, but, you know, I'm getting there.
A big fat cheque will do no harm, I'm sure.
Tom, come and sit down.
No, she always looks after me, Don. I hope yours do the same for you.
Can't fault him. Any road, shall we just get this haulage business wrapped up? Then you can get yourself back home and get your feet up again.
No. It'll take more than a slight knock to slow me down, Don. But as it happens, things have been moving pretty fast elsewhere, and it looks like the haulage deal will have to go on the back burner for a while.
Since when? I thought we'd all agreed.
Yeah, well, it turns out I might have a better offer.
Who from? You're getting top whack here, Tom. Don't start messing me about.
Not that anybody'd do that to me.
I seem to remember that you shook on it, though, didn't you, Jimmy?
That's right.
Tough. All I'm saying is that things have moved on, and I need time to consider all my options. But nothing's been signed.
So we've wasted Don's time, then?
We? I don't remember setting all this up. Oh, you'll all have to wait. Sorry, Don. Terry.
Right, where to next?
Well, I fancy a run out to Malham Cove. Bit of fresh air.
Oh, what about this other buyer?
The only other buyer, Terry, is burrowing away in their devious little minds. There is no other buyer, but the only persons that know that are you, me, and one other. So let's not say anything about it, eh?
Say anything about what?
Exactly. A day out, I'll make a nice change.
There is no way I'm putting any more of my work on display until the weekend. Not with Betty and her psycho dog waiting to stick its teeth in.
Look, that was the dog, not Betty.
Yeah? And who trained it?
Oh, come on, ours is miles better than theirs. We've got 48 hours to make 250 quid.
Hardly an ideal situation, is it? Village this size. You'll be able to walk the streets without worrying about who you're going to run into.
Same for a lot of people. Only we've got a court order to confirm it. I see them like that, though, it does make me... makes me wonder if I do end up being found guilty.
Let's not even think about it.
Yes, well, I have to, Ashley. I mean, who's going to look after Jean and Joseph?
I'm sorry. Yes, of course. It must be just about all you do think about.
If they do put me away, I'd like, well, if you'd be willing to consider it, I would like you to be made their guardian. And, well, I've spoken to a few people about it, and I know there's offers out there, but you would always be my first choice, obviously. Will you think about it?
Yes, of course I'd have to. It's just a bit of a surprise. Not something I considered, obviously.
It would make me feel a lot better.
If you're shopping around for a better offer, then fair enough. Who cares about Don Clough anyway?
You can only play that game so long before the word gets out.
Then nobody'll deal with you. Now, let him play whatever Andy's got lined up. He's only hanging on out of spite. He'll get bored soon enough.
Meanwhile, we're losing money.
Have a ring round. See if you can find out who we're dealing with. No reason to sit back, eh?
Meet again. How's farm life treating you?
Thought I'd get out for an hour, do me shopping. But yeah, smashing things.
You mind if I join you?
You'll have folk talking.
Must have been a hell of a job getting it all off the ground.
That's what Craig wanted, so... You know, he's the one who's done all the hard work. But financially, yeah, it's a nightmare.
Can you manage it, huh?
Just. No sweets after this.
Oh, that's a good thing. Preserve the sylph-like form.
Hey, say that to Craig, will you? He's always at it. Are you putting weight on? Cheeky swine.
I don't know where he's looking.
That reminds me, actually. He said he had to give you a ring about coming up to look at a couple of cars.
You saved him a phone call. Tell him I'll be up in the morning.
Left head in her mind in cauldron, have you?
Oh, very amusing, Jarvis. All in the spirit of friendly rivalry, I'm sure.
We thought we'd come and offer you the olive branch, Gervais. You know, one set of craft persons to another.
What you after now?
Oh, you know, it saddens me to see a man soured by cynicism at such a young age.
If you think I'm showing you me entry for competition, you have no chance. Prize money's as good as in me pocket. After that, it's over to Woolpike. No women invited.
Do you know, you've got a shocking attitude, Jarvis Galton. Come along, Betty.
Oh, here's another one of them and all.
You stay away from my garden, you two. And your lunatic dog, wherever he is.
He's in the house, starving and staring at a photo of you.
Ignore him, Betty. Yeah, but we could stuff a bin bag full of tripe and we'd still come up with something better than you could.
We shall see, girls. Not over till the fat lady sings.
I hope you're not insinuating anything, lad.
Hey, If you'll give up now, you'll save yourselves a load of trouble.
Are we going to let him get away with that? There's him at it, there's Leonard at it, that little rat of a Scott Windsor at it.
Happen we should stop being so nice.
They might be bigger and stronger than us, but we're nastier.
And that is why we always win, Pearl.
And this time will be no different.
What's the trouble with going out on a limb? I mean, financially speaking, is that it always takes ages to get back on your feet. It's like me spending too much on credit.
Oh, don't even go there. I know what I'd be like once I got started.
Always amazes me the amount of work you have to put in on a farm to keep it going.
Oh, it's hard, I'll give you that. But I wouldn't want to change it. We put every penny we got after Craig's mum died into that farm. It's not much, but it's ours. You know what I mean?
Still, if you won the lottery.
Ah, well, that'd be different, wouldn't it? Why? Do you know the numbers?
If I find them, I'll let you know. I'll see you in the morning.
I'll have a brew on.
I get the sense that I've stunned you. Ashley, if I'm being stupid, just please tell me.
No, it's not that. It's just... the thought of trying to balance running a parish... I mean, it's hard enough with one child to worry about.
Well, I would cover the cost of a full-time nanny. That is not a problem. You could use Smithy Cottage if you needed to.
Why would I need that? The vicarage is twice as big. And I'd end up looking after Paddy as well.
Yes, I know. I know. I'm sorry, I'm just not thinking straight. Well, would you be? Promise me that you will think about it.
I can't really say anything till I've spoken to Laurel. I won't see them going to care. You can be sure of that.
That's the one I'm getting. Who's this? My dad. He knows somebody who can get me him. Can he get me one? Get lost. I told you Dan left that other one in my bag by accident. Your dad must be well minted. Having a pub and that. That's not his. It's Diane's, isn't it, Rick? You can get me really good MP3 players as well. I wish my dad were cool.
What if I was to make you an offer you couldn't refuse?
I'd still refuse. I've known you far too long.
Oh, come on. When have I ever let you down? All right, moving swiftly on. I'll make all the curtains and the cushions for Home Farm the lot, cheaper than anybody else, guaranteed. I'll even run you up a smoking jacket for when you're loading it with your Ponzi mates.
How much?
Well, just agree in principle, and then I'll give you an estimate. On one condition. If I'm doing this on the cheap, you say nothing to anybody.
Anybody as in anybody specific?
As in Eric specific.
Well, I'd hate to think you were taking advantage of that good, innocent gentleman.
What do you care, you two-faced swine, as long as you save a few quid? So, are we on or what?
So you working hard earlier on?
Just keeping in touch with my client base.
And was that first or second base?
Leave it out when you've got a bit of a problem.
Oh, yeah. Craig Biggs if he finds you sniffing after his missus.
I need to get some of their land for my dad. The trouble is, there's no way they'll sell it.
Is this for the development? Is that still going on?
It never ends, mate.
When you think pulling Sandra's going to help?
I was looking for an angle.
Oh, that's one way of putting it. Although you'd probably be wasting your time. Knowing farmers, he wouldn't even notice. Too interested in his animals.
Yeah, well, I'm not that desperate yet.
Have you not got any foot and mouth lying around? Just slip him a dose of that.
For Craig, I'd probably do it. Sandra, no way, she's all right. Oh, you mean the animals?
We are the vet after all.
Of course I can't do it without you. I thought that was a given.
That might have been for you. I've gone from strategic consultant to #1 skivvy.
Oh, you'll get paid. Eventually.
How many soft furnishings does this home farm need?
About 17 acres. Or 6 grand off the top of my head, which should keep the wool from the door for another week or two. You say I told you, Pet, it's all about cash flow.
So you in?
Or what?
Oh, you can have me as barking as you are soon.
Oh, cheers. You're a good one.
Cheers.
Can I help you?
Are you Vicky Sugden's dad?
Yeah, she all right?
Oh, aye. More than all right by sounds of it. I've just had our Shanice on phone again. What's all this about mobiles and MP3s and God knows what else?
Well, maybe you should be telling me.
Hey, I hope we're not talking knock-off here, because I know you've got a pub. And if it's all like the one opposite our house, there's more gear falls off back of lorries into there than I don't know what...
Whoa, steady on, love. I'm not sure where you're going here, but all I know from our Victoria is that your Shanice has got state-of-the-art everything. And unless our Victoria gets it as well, she's going to end up being some kind of leper with all her schoolmates.
My Shanice? You must be joking, love. It's more like t'other way round. And that's why I'm here, because I'm not having it.
So you're telling me that Shanice isn't loaded down with a catalogue's worth of gear every time she goes into school?
I wouldn't let her even if we could afford it.
Did you get the impression we're being wound up here? It's Jack, by the way.
Pauline Arkwright. I'll kill her.
Time has come for Sir Geoffrey to have his first outing. So, I want a proper, honest critique, and then I can make any final adjustments.
I still think he should be running somebody out.
You're blaspheming again.
You sure you got the county colours right and everything?
Alan, please. Right. Gentlemen, allow me to present.
You haven't been bowled out and gone back to the pavilion by any chance?
Somebody's been playing silly beggars here.
Obviously somebody's idea of a joke.
Scott Windsor.
Well, I am amazed that you've managed it so quickly after binning the last one.
Now, if I was to say to you, who is that, what would be your reply? And I don't want any of this three guesses business.
Well, it's Richard III. You can tell it a mile off. Then what was doing it before packed it in. He kept toppling over under the weight of his hump.
So we just swap some of Pearl's cakes for some of his royal accoutrements, as you do.
And found him a better-looking head. Well, I reckon you should walk it.
Well, we are feeling quietly confident.
Hiya, is there any food? We're starving.
Have you had a nice day, girls?
Ian Whittaker got a detention for having wind in maths, didn't he, Vic?
And what about Shanice? What's she been up to?
Nothing. Why?
No new gadgets to show off?
She's probably got 'em all by now, hasn't she? Easy. She's a right show-off.
Is that right? Only, I had a mother round here earlier on saying the same thing about you. If your Victoria hasn't got it, it's not worth having.
If you shortened it to Vic, it'd be a lot easier to tell me off.
Watch it, madam. Now, you might be that at school, but in here, you're Victoria. Anyway, it turns out nobody's got it, whatever it is, especially not Shanice. So somebody's been telling lies, haven't they?
Not big lies.
Big enough. And expensive, if I'd fallen for it. And apart from that, I've got Shanice's mum thinking that I run some kind of stolen goods operation out the Woolpack.
You don't, though, do you? Does this mean I can't get my new mobile?
I think Diane's old one is good enough for a month or two yet, until we see how you go. Now, in the meantime, there's a sink full of pots over there. So I suggest if you want to start working towards a new phone, you start with them. And you can help her.
Where have you been all afternoon?
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't realise I had to clear it with you every time I went out.
Geoffrey Boycott's body. What's happened to it?
Well, I'm sure he'll be the first to admit it's not what it was.
Don't get lippy with me, sunshine, you know what I'm talking about. Thunder carriage and me entry at Scarecrow competition. What have you done with it?
I won't want to be messing about with anyone's undercarriage.
You won't find it so funny when I've got police round.
Hey, what's going on?
Your boyfriend, love. He's been breaking and entering, taking stuff that's not his.
Oh, ignore him. He's going senile.
Oh, we'll see about that. You'll not get away with this, lad. I'm warning you.
Have you been winding him up?
Yeah, well, somebody obviously has, haven't they? But it's nothing to do with me. I haven't got a clue what he's talking about, unfortunately. But if he wants to give himself a heart attack, then who am I to deny him?
Max, come in. See if you can find anything out about this other buyer for the haulage, will you? He won't tell me anything, and Jimmy's run up a fortune on the phone so far for absolutely nothing.
Well, what's going on?
Well, he blew Don Clough off this morning, said he might have a better offer. Matthew and Jimmy aren't impressed. But your father seems to be enjoying himself.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
Shut that. How'd you get on?
I take it I'm the so-called other buyer.
Yeah, all I'm doing is just buying myself a bit of extra time to work with, that's all. Go on.
I think I might have made a few inroads.
How far off are we? Nearly there? Close? Miles away? What?
Look, I've got to go up and see them tomorrow about a couple of animals. Let's just see how things develop, eh?
Listen, I don't care what you have to do or what it takes. I want that field.
Well, there is just a small matter of the owner and his wife in the way.
Well, you just have to roll over them, won't you?
You've got no shame, have you?
Not where money's concerned, no. If I'd asked one of your brothers, it'd be done by now.
Oh, yeah? And I'd be stitching one of them up on a vet's table again. You might be able to use them like that, Dad, but you're not using me the same.
When are you going to grow up and stop being just a little boy, eh? Ever?
Well, depends on your definition of growing up. Maybe I'm not the one still chucking my toys out of the pram.
So, are you big enough to handle this, or what? What I'm saying is, are you one of us, or aren't you?
You think I can't deliver?
I'll say it again. Are you big enough to handle it?
You know I am.